The reality of the school funding crisis is sinking in. Good afternoon. I'm Robert Hadlock.
And I'm Leslie Rohde. Late last night, the Austin Independent School District declared a financial emergency. Simply put, AISD is spending more money than they're bringing in, and they need to cut $94.4 million from next year's budget. The first thing to go, 1,153 jobs, most of those teaching positions, and that will save the district $60 million. Outside groups are working now to raise more money for the districts, and politics could play a part here. Continuing our coverage of this budget crisis, Josh Hinkle joins us with an idea coming out of the Capitol. Josh?
Leslie, this idea is coming from one of the leaders of the Tea Party movement in Texas. He says we have to cut funding to education to save us from future budget problems. So since the state can't shell out money, there's no reason other people can't help. As students and parents rally to save state education funding, they're hitting roadblocks like the Texas Tea Party caucus at the Capitol. The group's advisory committee sent a letter to lawmakers saying, our state must make deep cuts in either or both public education or human services. Current federal law prohibits large reductions in the latter category, so we are left with larger than desired cuts in public education. With that goal in mind, the leader of the Austin Tea Party Patriots says he might have found a way to help with those necessary cuts.
Give money, give time. There's no other way around it. Government can't do it. It's a structural imbalance.
On KXAN's Session 11 program this Sunday, Greg Holloway suggested setting up a nonprofit to raise money for schools.
This would be a nonprofit that would be set up to merely supplement what's already being done.
The money would go to the state to distribute to districts.
We know that it's possible to put money into the general revenue fund and to have it dedicated for a particular purpose.
But one nonprofit says it might not be that easy. Partners in Education, which gives money to the Austin Independent School District, gets a third of its funding from private donors. In existence since the early 80s, it's taken a while to build its $700,000 annual dollars. Still, it's pushing for more state funding for schools, as nonprofits can only do so much.
You know, all of us nonprofits are really like a Band-Aid on the elephant. If the elephant's sick, we can't do a lot. We've got to feed the elephant.
But if the cuts have to come, this group says any money raised will help students across the state.
I do know that it's important to find people who really care about giving back.
This is still very preliminary, and there's no telling how many donors would be willing to work with something statewide like this. Partners in Education says people are more likely to give if they know where their money is going specifically. In the studio, Josh Hinkle, KXAN, Austin News.